What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Steve's Random Stuff. Hey, today I'm back out in the garage doing a little investigative work on the trolling motor battery situation, and thought I'd just kind of go through the system and check everything out. Um, as you may know from the last video, at the end of our tournament last weekend, I completely lost power on my trolling motor, and it appears that the batteries just died, which is really kind of bizarre because in the 5.5 years or so that I've had the ionic batteries, I've not once had a problem with the batteries. As mentioned before, I've been out 3, even 4 days on a single charge. And so I had charged them the week before. We pre-fished the week before the tournament. I was about 72% when we started the tournament, and for some reason the battery's completely discharged. So I went through and I checked the connections on the battery. I kind of did a quick look while in the water that day, and everything was tight. I rechecked them. I actually took all the cables off, checked the connections to make sure there was no corrosion, retightened everything down, and then I came up to the front of the boat where the trolling motor, the pedal connects to the power. And on mine, I'll show you really quick. So on my trolling motor, I don't use the plug directly. I actually hardwire the trolling motor, the Ultrex, into the back of that plug, so I don't have to worry about dealing with the plug issues. So I took off that cover plate where the plug is located, pulled that out just to check the connections on there, make sure everything was tight, make sure there was no damage to the plug, not like it overheated or anything. Everything looked normal and good there. So I put that back together, and then I went through and put the trolling motor down and checked everything on that and make sure it was all working properly, and it seems to be working fine. I did kind of mention before on the Ionic app here on the phone. I generally use this to look at my statement of status of charge. Now if you see up here on the top corner, there's a little toggle called SOG or SOC, and if I turn that on, you'll see the little battery icons show up there, and it'll kind of refresh. Let this refresh. It does take a few seconds to refresh, and it generally will show the statement of charge on that home page. As you can see, it's starting to pop up there now. First one is green, which means it's showing a 99%. Bank 3, which has popped up, 98%. And starting battery should pop up here in a second, which should be 99% since everything is off. So there we go. That's kind of what I generally look at on the app. So like I said, when I started the day for the tournament, these are all reading, or the trolling motor batteries, bank 1 and bank 2 and bank 3 were listed at 72%. So everything seems to be normal. I recharged everything when I got back from the lake. Everything's been sitting for the last week at 99%. I deployed the trolling motor and ran it, make sure everything was working and there was no unusual discharge. And then I'll walk over here. So I'll just show you really quick that I put the trolling motor into a cooler full of water. Took the prop off, as you can see. I didn't want water spraying everywhere. And then when I press the trolling motor button, let me get onto, I'll go to bank number 2 on the app here. So shows the status of charge. Change screen just shows all the statistics. And watch what happens when I press on the trolling motor button. You'll see that it'll show the discharge rate, and it's only what, 3%. Seeing what that is, 3 amps per hour. That second row showing 3 amps. And so I tried that on both bank 2 and bank 3. As I depress the button with the same setting, it's on 5 with the trolling motor in the bucket of water. And so I'm just kind of curious on that, just to make sure that with that being in the water, that there wasn't going to be a spike for some reason where that would for some reason discharge if there was a short in the trolling motor. Again, just trying to eliminate everything. Everything seems to be working normally. No unusual issues. The status of the charge is staying right at that 99-98% as I kind of press the button and use it. So I guess time will tell. We'll see what happens. I'll keep it 100% charged next time I'm on the water. I'll watch it closely and see what happens. So 99% charged, and that battery is good to go. And not sure why that occurred, but I'll keep you posted. When I get back on the water, I'll look at it and use it throughout the day. And normally, like I said, I use only about 30% or less per day, especially when fishing Lake Sonoma, which you don't, not on the trolling motor a lot. Clear Lake maybe a little more if it's windy or something, but besides that, it's pretty normal operation. So that's the status of the trolling motor. No electrical problems that I can see. Everything seems to be working properly. So stay tuned, more to come when I'm back on the water. And thanks for watching, and like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're almost to that 1,000 subscriber mark, so we'd like to get to that by the end of the year. So if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Let me know you're watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.